So I've been working with Erin and Sammy. These are my two of my bikini girls right now. They actually want to train for a powerlifting competition. So here's Erin right now, deadlifting 155. That's a 1 rep max. She keeps very good position, as you can see. She deadlifts with high hips, but she has good discipline, not rounding. That's what's important. So here's 165. She doesn't quite get it, but as you can see, keeps discipline, doesn't allow her to round over and try it. Here's Sammy. This is her first time squatting heavy with me with a barbell, and I was showing her I wanted to film a video and show her what her low back is doing. She's got butt wink, and she didn't realize this because no one's ever filmed a video. Now, she has an incredibly strong spine and the strongest glutes out of anyone I've ever trained. So I think that protects her because she doesn't injure herself, but I filmed this to show her how bad this is. She needs more hip flexion mobility and more ankle mobility, which we'll be trying to get over time. But it could be anatomical. Maybe there's no fixing it, in which case we'll have to think up solutions. Okay, here's Erin deadlifting 135. We wanted to get a repetition max with 135, and I think she gets 4 or maybe 5. Again, she deadlifts with high hips, which I'm fine with. She keeps great spinal position and has good discipline here. She gets it halfway up there and doesn't allow her form to erode and drops it. So I was very happy with Erin there. Here's Sammy with 85 pounds. Again, I got close to show that butt wink. It's crazy. Now, some trainers would modify and not let her squat. I wanted to do a heavy session because this is my first time. I trained her last year, and we did tons of hip thrusting. She got up to a 385-pound hip thrust, but we did kettlebell deadlifts and we did lever squats. So she never really did barbell squats with me. So I wanted to see what she could do, and she hasn't been doing any heavy lifting lately except for some hip thrusting. Okay, here's Erin. This is 85 pounds. She was used to squatting higher, so now she's learning how to squat rock bottom and go deep. Here's Sammy, 125 pounds on the squat, and I just was getting a feel for what she could do. I didn't really know what to expect. I like her wide stance because she can't go real deep because of her hip flexion mobility. I suspect she's got, a hip anatomy that isn't well suited for deep squats. But it's kind of like I kept loading up weight and being surprised that she could do it. That was 135. I thought it looked pretty good. And here's Erin with 95-pound squat. I always remind her to keep those knees out. Sometimes she tends to cave. And form looks amazing. She's such an awesome deep squatter. Keeps good back position. Just excellent form here. This was a rep max. That's what we were going for here. She got 95 for 5. Which is almost her body weight. She weighs like 98 right now. She's weighed 98 pounds for like the last few years. Okay, here's Sammy, 175, and that still kind of looked easy. She needs to learn to be more stable, which comes in time, but keep in mind, this is her first time ever squatting heavy with a barbell, so she's a freak of nature. I had her do it again, and got 175. I kept it there. Just to see for a first session what we do over time. Perfect. And now this is also Sammy's first time doing heavy barbell deadlifts with me. We did try it once last year. She used a heavy kettlebell. I have a 203-pound kettlebell, and she could get that for like 15 reps by the end after 6 months of training with me. And but she never really did. One time we tried to do barbell deadlifts, and her form was horrendous, so I stopped her. Good. Because I trained 6 girls at once with the glute squad, but now I have more time to devote to her one-on-one. And so I was extremely happy with her deadlift form here. This is 155. It looked good. She rounds slightly at the low back, but not too much for my liking. I'm okay with it. She uses good leg drive. Here's Erin learning bench. She does tend to be asymmetrical. Her left side tends to be higher than her right side. So I have to remind her about that. But she was benching like a bodybuilder. This is only her 4th time bench pressing in like the last year. She hasn't been doing any bench pressing, and she was benching like a bodybuilder because she's a bikini competitor. She learned to do like a wide stance and lowering it up higher on her chest. So now trying to teach her how to bench like a powerlifter. And as you know, that's not easy to transition from. Here's Sammy, 185-pound deadlift. Excellent form here. And Sammy uses her glutes well all the way through. Some people don't use their glutes well to lock out the deadlift. Okay, here's Erin benching again, 65 pounds. I wanted her to do 3 sets with this. I think she gets 6 reps the first set, 5 reps the second set, and 4 reps the third set. But again, I'm very happy with her form because she just learned this. It's her 4th session back. She's got good discipline there. Form looked good. Over time, she'll learn to be more tight. Okay, here's Sammy. I told her I wanted to try a 225-pound deadlift, and she said no way that she can do it. And she did it twice. You can see her trying not to smile because she's so excited that she did it, and how amazed at how strong she is. So Sammy is a freak of nature. Here's Erin here again, 65-pound bench press. I love the form. Good, lowering the bar to a good position. The arm angle looks great. Pausing for a split second there. So very proud of Erin's bench press form there. Here's Erin doing hip thrusts. This is 135 pounds. Over time, Erin will learn to get her feet in proper position right when she starts. You do see her shift her feet as the set goes on, trying to find a better placement. That's common. In time, she has not been hip thrusting me very long. Over time, she'll learn to set up better. Now here's Sammy. I'm just teaching her bench press for the first time. It's hard to teach someone while you're also filming, but this is just the bar, and I'm telling her, I made her go narrower grip width than she's used to. I made her lower it down lower on her chest and keep her elbows more tucked. And for just learning it for the first time, this is amazing. Erin with a 185-pound hip thrust. Great form. Perfect shin angle there. Holds it for a pause. I'd like her to go slightly higher at lockout, just a couple inches, but I'm still happy with that. Okay, here's Sammy with a 65-pound bench press. Very happy with his form considering the legs look good, keeping an arch in the back, the arm angle, kind of pausing at the chest. I'm very, very happy with this form considering it's sometimes so hard to teach people powerlifting bench press form when all they've done is bench pressing form. Here's 85. I'm trying to take a picture for Instagram. I should have probably been behind the bar, but I thought Sammy would be able to get this with ease. Anyway, I'll rush over because she lined up too close to the racks. She hits the rack on the way down, so she's not quite symmetrical. But anyway, learning experience, I showed her how she needs to line up further away from the rack so she doesn't hit, so it's a classic mistake there. Okay, here's a 225-pound hip thrust with Erin. Very good form. Shifting her feet around a little bit, but looks great. Squeezing that end range. Erin's awesome. This is 2.25 times body weight for her. And now here's Sammy doing a last set of 65-pound bench press. She's a little fatigued. She looks to the side a little bit. I always tell my lifters to look straight ahead. A lot of them want to look side to side. She's not quite that stable, but keep in mind this is her first session with me learning bench press, so super happy with this. Little wobbly, but she'll get much better in time. Next set we've got Erin doing we recorded very late on this. This was another set of 225-pound hip thrusts. And then here's Erin doing a set of band-seated hip abductions. This is an awesome exercise for Erin. In fact, when I palpate Erin's glutes when she does these, she gets more tension in her glutes, her upper and lower glutes with these than just about anything. This is one of her best glute exercises. Doesn't do the same with everyone, but with Erin, this is just an amazing exercise for her. So she's doing tons of these. Each session, she does a couple sets. Here's Sammy doing 225-pound hip thrusts. In the past, she always did these with me handing the bar to her, so she got spoiled. So it's kind of awkward for her to learn how to do it from the ground up because I would set the bar on her lap. And she didn't think she could do these because she's just been doing 185-pound hip thrusts at her house.
Good.
And I made her do 225, and she got it just fine. She got it 10 reps. And then I went up to 275, and she gets it. Sammy has crazy end range hip extension strength. She always goes up all the way, and it's amazing. I don't have to tell her to go higher or lock it out. She's got the densest glutes out of anyone I've ever trained. Glutes are rock solid. Not the biggest glutes, but the densest. Here's her doing 275 again. She's a little bit asymmetrical in that one side will bounce before the other. Over time, you gain coordination. You tend to be more symmetrical. But then she pauses at the top for a 10-second iso hold or 5-second, whatever. Perfect. And then here's Sammy finishing off. I think I had her do 2 sets of this, but I only recorded one. This is band seated hip abductions. This was too easy for her. Next time we'll go heavier. She ended up doing 30 reps, and she's laughing there because it's very awkward to be filmed while doing these. But this is a great exercise to throw in at the end because it just gives you more metabolic stress in the glutes.
The last one, hold it.
But it's not hard on the body. It doesn't tax the nervous system. You can do these, 5 times a week, and it's not taxing on you. It doesn't induce too much fatigue. It doesn't wear you out.
Okay, good.
And it gets a crazy burn. So I always do this. And then I had Sammy do a set of chin-ups just to see if she could do it because she hasn't done any upper body in so long. And she busts out 3 perfect chin-ups here, which was amazing.
Good.
Erin does some upper body stuff on her own, but Sammy's just going to be doing it with me, so I had her do that. But anyway, I hope you liked the video. Thank you very much for watching.